Welcome to Empowered Wellness with Sheetal. I am so grateful that you are joining me here today for this shared meditation. And we get together every Friday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time in order to practice together. And we know that in practicing together, we not only help raise our own individual vibration, but that of our communities and our world. So I greatly appreciate your spending this time with me today. But before we get started with our meditative practice, I did want to share with you something that I used with one of my coaching clients recently that I thought helped create a perspective around what we're dealing with that felt good and that felt helpful. And that was an analogy I used comparing the individual organism, like us, a human body, an individual organism, to the global organism. And just like we have trillions of cells in our bodies, and all of those cells are their own living entities, all of those cells make up various systems in our bodies, the lymphatic system, the digestive system, the circulatory system, etc. And in order for the individual organism to be healthy and functioning at high vibration, all of those systems, all of those cells must be at high vibration. They must work collaboratively, cooperatively, in harmony. And when that happens, the living organism is in harmony and is healthy and vibrant. And if you think about the global organism, we as living entities and all other living entities on this planet can be compared or likened to those trillions of cells in our own bodies. We make up the systems of this global organism, the ecological systems, the social systems, the governing systems. And when those systems are not functioning at their highest level, when there isn't collaboration, cooperation, and harmony amongst those systems, then just like the living individual organism can suffer when its systems aren't working well together, of course the global organism will suffer when its ecological and social and governing systems aren't working well together. And so quite literally, our global organism is sick right now. And just as when an individual gets sick, what does someone do? Well, we rest. And so we are being forced to rest. The planet, the world is being forced to rest right now for sure. And then moving forward, what do? Well, when an individual has an illness, a condition, a dis-ease, the individual starts making different choices, changes to lifestyle, nourishing themselves better, supporting themselves mentally, emotionally, in different ways that they may not have been doing before, so that all of its systems can once again work together harmoniously. And so going forward for the global organism, it's pretty much the same thing. We need to make different choices and make changes to create more harmony amongst the systems of this global organism, the ecological, the social, the governing. And when we do that, the vibration of this world, of this global organism will rise just as our own vibrations will rise. So I thought that analogy was helpful and shows us the opportunity we have before us, despite the challenges and some of the difficulty that we're facing. So that being said, excuse me, let's go ahead and get started with our meditation practice. And our theme will be the health of this global organism. of which we are part of. So let's get settled, sitting comfortably, finding your seat and rooting down through that seat, letting the lower body become your foundation, lifting that spine gently, perhaps rolling the shoulders back, making any gentle movements you might feel you need in order to support and lift that upper body, relaxing the shoulders, softening the face, coming into a supported, comfortable seat. And just checking in with the physical body, noticing any holding patterns, areas of tension, gripping, engagement that is unnecessary. We all have those tendencies. Maybe we clench the jaw, maybe we crinkle the forehead, maybe we lift the shoulders. So just check in, perhaps doing a quick body scan to notice those tendencies in the physical body. And taking a few moments and perhaps a few big breaths, a few nice deep breaths in and out in order to release those tendencies, those engagements, those holding patterns. And once the physical body feels more settled, more relaxed, more supported, I invite you to shift your focus to your breathing. Just noticing the flow of breath in and out. We do this to bring our awareness more inward so that we are less distracted by those things that are around us in our external world. And also to focus on something other than the thoughts, the rumination that might have been going on in our minds prior to our coming to our practice today. So if the mind wanders, that's okay, it's natural, it happens. We simply bring it back, and the breath becomes that anchor to which we bring it back to. So just finding your breath. And just allowing yourself to follow the inhale, follow the exhale. Perhaps you count, perhaps you visualize the breath, whatever helps you stay focused on that beautiful flow, life-giving flow in and out. I invite you now to imagine your being, your body, made up of those trillions of cells. So bring your awareness within your body and imagine those trillions of cells that make up who you are. Imagine how those cells work together in different ways, creating the systems of our body. Visualize your circulatory system and all that is part of your circulatory system. Visualize your digestive system and all that is part of your digestive system. Visualize your respiratory system and all the cells working together to allow that system to function optimally. And just imagine how all of those systems work together. All those trillions of cells working together in harmony, in synchronicity. And when they do so, they support your vibrancy, your happiness, your health. What does that feel like when everything works harmoniously? How do you feel? What is that level of health and vibrancy feel like to you? Just tap into that sensation. What would that feel like? You don't have to try to label it unless that's helpful. Instead, just see if you can tap into a feeling of optimal health, vibrancy, happiness, joy. All the things that make up that optimal health, that high frequency, that high energy, high vibration for an individual being. And now I invite you to imagine that you are just one cell that makes up the global organism. You, along with all the other people of the world, all the other living creatures, all that has life on this planet, is basically a cell for that global organism. We all make up the systems of this global world, global organism, global entity. And imagine now that we all work harmoniously with each other. Just imagine it. We're not talking about what you think is happening in reality. We're talking about imagining what we want to happen. Imagining vibrancy for this global organism. Imagining collaboration, cooperation, harmony, serendipity, synchronicity amongst all the systems of this global organism, the environmental and ecological systems, the social systems, the governing systems, everything working together in harmony, collaborating, efficiently, cooperating, productively, raising the vibration of this global organism to that place where it's thriving, where it's vibrant. What does that look like to you? How does that feel to you? And perhaps you go back and tap into that feeling you had before of the thriving individual organism and how that feels. Imagine now what it feels like when the global organism, the global entity is thriving, is vibrant, is healthy, is happy, is joyful. Just savor that. Holding the intention of such health, happiness, vibrancy for ourselves as individual cells in this global organism, and holding the intention for our collaborative, our collective consciousness to be at its highest vibration, to bolster the vibrancy, the health, the joy, the love of this global entity of ours. I invite you now to take 3 big, full breaths. And as you exhale, with each exhalation, imagine that we are sending this shared intention out. Taking that nice, big, full breath in. Bringing your hands to meet at the heart space, bowing the head slightly towards your own heart. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, light, peace, and joy. When you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we are one. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed that visualization, that practice of holding an intention of a healthy, thriving, vibrant global organism. We're all part of this entity. Let's work together harmoniously, collaboratively, cooperatively to raise not only our own vibrations, but that of our world. I thank you once again, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Until next time.